San Antonio is booming with new construction homes, and these builders are building homes all over the city and in several different communities that can feel kind of overwhelming if you're not sure which builder to look at and in which community. But today I want to share with you the top 4 communities that I think you should keep on the top of your list if you're looking to buy a house here in San Antonio in 2025. But first, if we have not met yet, my name is Brock and I sell new construction homes all over San Antonio and the area. So if you're thinking about buying a new build and you would like some representation and the latest and greatest information, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. All of my contact information will be down below in the description for you. And I'm here to be a resource for you and answer any questions that you may have. However, I may be able to do that for you guys. So again, today we are going to be looking at a few different communities all around San Antonio and the area here. This is going to be a little bit longer of a video, but I want to share with you the different communities that I think are going to offer the best amenities. I'm going to be sharing what those amenities are, the builders in these neighborhoods, as well as their price points and kind of the size ranges of their homes. And then I'm going to be sharing just my general thoughts about that community and area as well. So with that, let's go ahead and get started and take a look at the first community here. Now, the first community here is actually going to be located in New Braunfels, just west of New Braunfels, Texas. This neighborhood here is going to be Meyer Ranch, and it is a beautiful 700-acre master plan community. There's lots of builders out here. They're building homes, quite extravagant homes, in fact, and they've got some great amenities here. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you, and we'll take a deeper dive into this community, the builders, the amenities, and just what I think about the area. All right, so this is Meyer Ranch here. It is a very nice community, and let me just show you a map rather of where it is, so you can kind of get an idea. Here is a solid map with some points of interest as well, so you can see on the lower right corner of this map, that is New Braunfels, Texas, which is just northeast-ish of San Antonio. Meyer Ranch sits right around here, about halfway across Highway 46 from New Braunfels to Bulverde. Bulverde is kind of where, this little shopping cart is and the little blue school icon is. So it sits about halfway between the two with the New Braunfels address. But as you can see, it's got some, schools are not too far away, as well as some other points of interest that they've got here on their website. But let's take a look a little bit more into this community and just get a feel for what it is, right? They've got several different builders out here, and this is kind of a map of the entire neighborhood here. A lot of these homes here are already homes that were built as they've been building here for a little while, but you can see that they do have a whole section back here where they're going to be building several other homes. Now, you do recognize one thing here. This is their pool. It's got a nice little amenity center here. We're going to touch more on the amenities just in a moment, but I kind of wanted to give you an overview, an aerial view of what this neighborhood looks like. Even here on the backside, they've got the Heimer house, which is the original house from like the mid 1800s on the property. That's where they got the name. I think it was Meyer or something. I know it says Heimer house, but I'm pretty sure it was something with the Meyer in the name of the owners there. But they've got some really good stuff here. So let's go ahead and dive into the amenities before we dive into the builders, because I know that's what you want to see here. But this is the amenity center, right? This is the house. This is the amenity center with the pool. They've got a splash pad, a playground, fire pit, and a 4-hole putting green, which is kind of cool. It's got some really good stuff. And then one thing I like about this is their amenity center here, this event space rather. It looks like an old school like farmhouse, feel to it. And you can actually, rent this space out if you're trying to have like a birthday party or like an event of whatever sort that you need at a amenity center. It's right here in the community. They also do a lot of food trucks here. I think they do like a monthly movie night out on the lawn space that they've got. So it's really nice amenities that they've got for this community only. There's a dog park. There's some trails to walk and bike and hike on as well. I guess really not much of a hike. It's more of just a walking trail, but they've got a lot of really good amenities that are all included here. Let's look at the community events as well. Yep. So yeah, there's the food trucks I mentioned, monthly events. I know I have several videos of some of the model homes on my channel. Well, maybe not several, but I've got a few rather. And they do, the reps at least told me that they have monthly events that are, pretty fun and enjoyable for everyone to talk about. So, all right. So that was the community. Some of the amenities I know very briefly touched on them. It's not my favorite neighborhood out of all of them that I'm going to be sharing with you today, but it is a very enjoyable one. I really do like this one, but let's go ahead and look at the builders, because there are, I think, 5 or 6 different builders in this community, and you can see them all right here. We've got Brightland Homes, Chesmar, David Weekley, Highland, Perry, and Scott Felder Homes. And all of these builders are very high quality. All of them are on my top builder list for builders in the San Antonio Antonio area. I would personally buy from them if I wanted to, buy a new construction house right now, but I'm at a spot where I don't need that right now, but maybe down the road, right? So Brightland Homes, here's a picture of kind of what their initial home looks like, but let's go ahead and take a look at their website. I know they've got homes priced from $339,000 all the way to $427,000. Now, those prices that I mentioned are the starting price to build these plans. It doesn't include things like lot premium, options, upgrades, any of that stuff. It's just the starting price for the floor plan itself. In fact, all of the prices I'm going to be sharing with you today are going to be the starting prices for the floor plans, and the actual final price is probably going to be higher than that because, of course, those prices include no lot premium, no upgrades, the base flooring and cabinet colors, the countertops, all the base stuff right here, right? But I want to show you just very quickly what these are kind of looking like so you can kind of have an idea. I know they're renderings, but these are kind of just an idea of what these homes look like. And let's see if some of the move-ins, because it might give you a better idea of what some real ones look. This one here is a real house that they have that is ready, as well as this one over here on the right and this one on the far left here. So those are the homes that they've got available. They range anywhere from about 1,500 square feet all the way to just over 3,000 square feet in space. And again, they're ranging from about 340,000 to about 430,000 as the starting prices. Now, as you can see, some of these ones that are move-in ready, like this one's 382,000, so it's right in that range. But these are all of their floor plans that they currently have available, and that is Brightland Homes. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next builder here, which is going to be Chesmar Homes. Now, I like Chesmar Homes personally. They've got some really nice quality homes, and it just can't be beat. I mean, look, there's another view of that amenity center that you can rent out for event space. It's called The Hall. I really like it. But Chesmar Homes, they're ranging in price from about $375,000 all the way up to about $610,000. Again, that's just the starting price, but they've got some, different pricing available depending on the options and build out. All of their homes are very nice in my opinion. I love the way that Chesmar builds their homes. They have a really good quality home. All of these homes also are ranging from about 1,540 square feet all the way up to just over 3,000 square feet in space. So you can really have a pretty wide gamut of size available for these homes. And these are just to kind of give you an idea of what they have. I've got this Linden plan here. That one's filmed on my YouTube channel somewhere. So if you want to see this one specifically, I've got that one filmed. I know there's a model home of it really nicely. This Orion plan I have filmed as well. It's a beautiful house. I love that floor plan, Orion. But let's see what they have available for a quick move-in. Again, these prices are going to be subject to change, and the availability of these homes are probably going to change as well. I just wanted to share with you a couple of the exterior photos so you can kind of see what Chesmar looks like from the exterior, because let's face it, those renderings are not very fun to look at. But let's move on to the next home builder, which is going to be David Weekly Homes. Now, David Weekly is a home builder that I do like. They've got some really nice floor plans there, but I wanted to share this with you because, again, it is a builder out here, but they're ranging anywhere in price from about $440,000 all the way to about $510,000. Again, for the starting price. I'm going to keep saying that just so you don't forget it, but they range anywhere from about 2,033 square feet to just over 3,500 square feet in space. So again, some pretty good sized homes. Here are some of the ones that they have available. Actually, here's the ones that are available for sale, and you can kind of see the pricing and the sizing to go along with it. Now, the next builder here is one of my all-time favorite builders. This is Highland Homes. They've got, honestly, probably one of my favorite builders in all that I've seen, but they've got a very good size and selection of homes as well. They've got homes on the 50-foot lots. I don't know that too many of the other lots, I know here in Meyer Ranch, rather, they range from 45 to 50, 55, and 60-foot lots. The other builders didn't really specify too much what their lot sizes were, but I wanted to share with you, of course, their plans, right? So again, these are the starting prices of the plans, not including the lot premium stuff, but it starts at about 430 with about 1,600, almost 1,700 square feet of living space, and they go all the way up to about 520,000 with almost 3,000 square feet of living space. As you can see too, with Highland, you can really customize these. They've got a lot of different options when it comes to the exterior as well as the interior options. You can see on this one here, they've got 12 different structural options to choose from. So you can really kind of change a lot and really make it unique and make it yours. And if you're really building any of these from the ground up, you can really go ahead and choose all of the, the flooring, the cabinets, the countertops, everything that you want on these homes, and really make it as customizable and as, yours as you can. Now, Perry Homes is another one of my favorite builders here in the area. Out here in Meyer Ranch, though, they have homes on the 55-foot lots, and they range in price from about $570,000 all the way up to about $700,000 in price. So it can be, a little bit pricier here, but they have an amazing house as well. They all range from about 2,300 square feet to about 3,400 square feet. And look at this. I mean, this one is one that is move-in ready for $570,000. You can see they've discounted it probably about $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, whatever that price difference is there. It's a pretty good price drop there, but they've got some homes that are just beautiful. Again, this one you can build from the ground up as well. Now, out here in Meyer Ranch, again, you're about halfway between Bulverde and New Braunfels. So you've got both options. San Antonio, or New Braunfels rather, is the one with more things to do, more shopping and all that stuff. Bulverde is a great area, still a smaller town though, and it's just up and coming for the moment. So that is Perry Homes, and the final builder out here is going to be Scott Felder. Now, I do like Scott Felder, especially when you see this exterior right there. They've got some of these available as well. And as you can see, it starts from about 1,900 square feet, goes all the way up to 3,200 square feet, 3 to 5 bedrooms, and it's starting from about $441,000. They really go all the way up to about $515,000 on the starting price. And depending on, of course, the options and upgrades, you can really get a little bit pricey there if you really want to. Now, see, this is one that was advertised on that previous webpage. You can have it for about $520,000. They've dropped it about $70,000 in price. It's a pretty good size home, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,400 square feet, but they've got some really nice homes here with Scott Felder Homes. And those are all the ones that were available to buy now. They're probably not going to be available by the time you see this video, but if you wanted to build one or choose one, here's some, a high level look at some of the other plans that they offer. They've got some really good plans here, but this is going to do it for Scott Felder and for Meyer Ranch. So let's go ahead and talk about the second community. All right, now the second community I wanted to share with you is even larger than Meyer Ranch here, and it is even newer as well. So this next community is going to be Mayfair, which is located just on the north side of New Braunfels, so not too far away from Meyer Ranch. But Mayfair here is a 2,500 acre mixed use development where there's going to be industrial space, residential space, and commercial space, as well as parks and schools inside of the community. So let me flip over to the screen and start sharing with you some more information and details about the amenities, the community, and everything you want to know about these builders as well. So here we go. We are at the community website for Mayfair. Again, it's located on the north end of New Braunfels. Let me share with you kind of where the map is. So just to kind of give you a reference point, here is New Braunfels proper with a dotted line. Mayfair is located on the north side. You can see Austin's about 42 more miles to the north, and San Antonio is about 37 miles south. So almost halfway between the two cities. And here's Highway 46. If you take this just a little bit further off of the map that you can't see here, you'll land at Meyer Ranch. So they're really not too far apart from each other, these first two communities, but you can kind of see some of the difference driving distances to the area. So you can see you're already a lot closer to things, closer to hospital, the shopping center, which is going to have grocery store, Target, all the fun stuff that you guys want, as well as a movie theater, I believe. Maybe no. Yeah, there's a movie theater there at Creekside, but you're a lot closer to the amenities and stuff that New Braunfels has to offer. So while we're talking about some of these amenities, let's just take a look at a little bit more information about Mayfair itself. This community is quite impressive because they have a lot of really big plans for this community. They really try to make it a all-in-one kind of location. I mean, these numbers that they have here on the screen that I'm sharing with you are kind of like shocking. I mean, look at this one. They've got 6,000 spaces for homes. A lot of these homes are going to be for sale, but I'm going to be showing you a map where you can see where if you don't want to necessarily buy a house in this community because you maybe aren't going to be here for too long, they are going to have some options where you can actually rent some homes that are, built by the different builders here. But they've got over 35 miles of trails, so you can bike or walk, whichever you would like there. There's over 300 acres of parks that they're going to be creating as well. There's going to be 1,900 acres of small town modern mixed use. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I know they're doing a lot of commercial space. They're planning to have, I believe, like a midtown area where it's supposed to be like a social kind of gathering area with restaurants, maybe some bars, those sorts of things. But they've got a really good mix of, here it is, 230 acres of shopping and dining office space. So it's really going to be a lot. And 2,000 estimated many new jobs. That is honestly kind of incredible. But let's see if we can look at this map, because it might sound like they're trying to cram it all together, but I promise you they're not. So this is an interesting look at it. Let's see if we can just look at it as the 2D. Okay, perfect. So this is a better orientation, I think. So this is the entire outline of the community that they're planning to build. This gray space up here is going to be light industrial space. This little pinkish area is like commercial area. This is going to be the location of schools. So I don't know if I mentioned it already, but they do have 2 schools that are going to be in the community, both an elementary school and a middle school. I know they started construction on the elementary school probably 10 months ago. So they're on track to have that, ready for the fall of 2025, and then the middle school coming in for the next school year after that. But as of right now, they've got a lot of homes kind of built in this first phase, and they're slowly expanding to the second phase where they're going to have even more homes. But all of this kind of gray space here is all going to be homes. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity to buy a house here in the near area. And if you get into an area earlier, you're more likely to be able to build in some equity to the home, because as they build out these homes, the prices are just going to naturally increase with them building more homes and driving up the values in the area. So it's really good opportunity to build some equity over the long term, if that's if you're planning to be in New Braunfels for a while. But there's also just going to be all of these homes on this north end as well, kind of on the west side of 35 here. And then the last area, I know I briefly mentioned some rental homes, but this is where it's going to be, is the village at Mayfair. I know they're supposed to have some special amenities that I can't find details on, but this village at Mayfair, it's going to be a bunch of rental homes, single family homes that you can rent, that says something about, again, those amenities that are going to be specific to that section of the neighborhood, but you also have access to the rest of the areas. And here's where that midtown is going to be. So they're really trying to drive the restaurants and like commercial space here to be kind of in the middle, but also bring in more economic type stuff. So this is all fine and dandy, right? But like, what do some of these homes look like? What are the prices? Well, if you would like to see some home tours, I do have a couple of the model homes already filmed and on the YouTube channel, so please go check those out. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the builders. They've got several home builders. Some of them are very similar to the ones at Meyer Ranch, but we're going to kind of go down this list. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily show you the pages like I did in Meyer Ranch, just because that might take up a lot of time. But again, here's Highland Homes, Perry Homes, Coventry, Scott Felder, David Weekley, and we have the addition of Toll Brothers West People's Homes. I don't know about West People's Homes, but these are the home builders. We're going to talk about these 6 here. So Highland Homes, actually all of the homes in this community are either on a 50-foot lot or a 60-foot lot. So if you want a little bit more elbow room or a slightly larger home, definitely go with the 60-foot lots, but the 50-foot lots are already pretty good size as well. So if you're looking at Highland Homes, you're going to have homes starting at about $485,000, going all the way up to about $706,000, and they're going to range in size from about 1,850 square feet to about 39, almost 4,000 square feet of living space. So pretty good size homes. Those prices it's a pretty big price range as well, but please keep in mind that price is just the base price of the floor plan, right? So it's not including the lot premium, options, upgrades, structural changes, all that fun stuff. You can really spend a lot of money on making a lot of changes to these homes and really making it yours. But that is the beauty of these level of builders as well, is you can really get every option and design feature that you would like, as long as they're offering it, of course, and really just make this home yours. But Perry Homes here, they again have 50 and 60 foot lots, but their 50 foot lots are starting at about $503,000, going all the way up to about $632,000 in price. These homes range in about 2,100 to about 3,100 square feet of living space as well, where their 60 foot lots are a little bit pricier because they are bigger lot as well. They start about $600,000 and go all the way up to about $700,000 for the base price of those floor plans, ranging from about 2,500 to 3,700 square feet of living space as well. Now, Coventry Homes, their 50-foot lots, the starting price is about $435,000, going all the way up to about $530,000. The size of these homes also range from about 2,000 to 3,100 square feet, where their 60-foot lots are a little bit pricier. Again, they start about $465,000 and go all the way up to almost $600,000, again, for the starting price. The square foot range on these are also ranging from about 2,350 square feet, so 2,350 square feet, all the way up to almost 3,400 square feet of living space. space. So again, really good size homes. Coventry Homes is beautiful. Toll Brothers here. Toll Brothers, they range from about $535,000 all the way up to about $650,000 on their price. They also range from about 2,400 square feet all the way up to about 3,900 square feet of living space. So again, really good size homes. Toll Brothers here, they also have like a plus next to all of their square footage labels. And what this means is they have some options to add space to these homes. So I really bet you could get some of these above 4,000 square feet if you really want that space or just need that space. So there's really good stuff. Now, Scott Felder Homes, I don't know that they've started building homes yet in this community because their website didn't have any information on any homes for this community, right? That it's kind of just empty space. But I would estimate that Scott Felder Homes is going to be very similarly priced as well as similarly in size to the other homes that we just talked about. So I would estimate anything from about $475,000 all the way up to about $600,000-ish for their homes. I'd also estimate anything from about 2,000 square feet to 3,500 square feet for their homes, just because they're going to keep it in line with, the rest of the builders that we've talked about here. So those are kind of the builders here in Mayfair. Let's go ahead and actually take a look at a couple of them though. All right, so I clicked on Coventry Homes. I just chose it because I wanted to share some of their homes with you. They've got some really beautiful homes, but here's kind of their, CGI renderings of what the homes look like. But let's look at a couple of their quick move-ins. They only have a couple on the 50-foot lots. Let's check 60s, and they only have one on the 60s. Not much to share there, but let's look at another one real quick. All right, so Highland Homes. I wanted to look at these because they are my favorite builder, right? One of my favorite builders, but they've got some good ones. Let's look and see if they have some quick move-ins, just to give you an idea of what these homes look like. And they do. They have several that look like they are complete with construction. They're all move-in ready. You can kind of see the prices and the size of these homes. So again, you don't have to really spend an arm and a leg to get some nice homes over here. These are all, again, on the 50-foot lots. But let's take a look at Perry Homes as well, and then we'll wrap up Meyer Ranch and move on to the next community. All right, so here is Perry Homes. As you can see, they've got a few more that are complete with construction. You can see their current pricing as well as the reductions that they've made on them. But these are some really good size homes. So, 2,900 square feet for each of these two homes, and they're looking pretty good. So these are just some examples of what you can build out here in Mayfair. Give you an idea of what these homes look like because they do have some really nice homes by Perry Homes. But that will do it for Meyer Ranch. Let's go ahead and start talking about the next community. So the third community I wanted to share with you guys today is called Esperanza, and it's located on the northwest side of San Antonio. It's actually located in Boerne, Texas. So if you were to take 46 from New Braunfels and keep going west for a little while, you would land in Boerne and upon Esperanza. This master plan community is a little bit smaller than Mayfair, but it is larger than Meyer Ranch. It's got about 1,700 acres of space, and it's got some really nice amenities as well. So let me go ahead and flip on the screen and start sharing some more information with you guys. All right, so here we are at the website for Esperanza. As you can see, it's got a lot of amenities here that are beautiful. We'll get to some of those in just a moment, but I want to share with you this little map of the community. You can see here's Highway 46 at the bottom of this, and of course, if you go over here to the right, you'll eventually land in Bulverde and further into New Braunfels eventually. If you go to the left, you'll land up in Boerne, Texas, which will also get you to the interstate to take you down into San Antonio. But I digress a little bit because this is just the community map that I want to share with you. Each of these little areas where it says Marbella, Las Colinas, Vaquero, Quintana, those are all like little mini subdivisions within the community, how they've kind of divided the area up. So it's really kind of cool to see. And you can see too that there's, some 55 and up communities. So if you or someone who's trying to buy a house out here and they're trying to look for a 55 plus community with a lot of amenities, this could be a solid option for you because this is one of the only master plan communities that I've seen that in. But you can see here too, it may be a little bit harder for you to see, but there's a red dashed line that goes around here. That is part of the trail system that they have. They've got over 20 miles of trails here. There's about 425 acres of parks. There's 2 private clubs with all things that you can need. There's down here is the elementary school, I guess more to the left here. They're eventually going to have their own fire station here so that it's got, easy access if, you need those services for some unfortunate reason there. Hopefully that doesn't need to happen, but they will be there. So that'll be good. But while we've been talking about some of these amenities, let's actually take a look at them and see what they're all about because I can tell you about them all day, but I want to share with you what they actually look like. This is the Club at Esperanza. This is going to be their pool and lazy river. It's also got a really nice fitness center, some areas to kind of gather. So it's a really nice looking area here. Lots of fun stuff. This is included with, living in the community, but a really great area. I mean, look at this pool. It's kind of hard to see, but maybe we'll see some additional pictures. Actually, maybe you can get me out of the way, but you can see the lazy river right here just below my screen, as well as the pool and clubhouse. Quite spectacular if you ask me. I haven't seen it for myself, but if you are interested, we can go check it out together. I would love to take you out there. But let's look at some of the others. There's the lawn. So this is just a kind of a picnic area for you to gather with friends and family. Looks like they've got some food truck options as well. Event space for, the different things. I did look at their calendar for this space. They do have like a lot of fitness classes, yoga, that kind of stuff that goes on here. Looks like they've got some like little science classes as well for the kids every once in a while. This is just a space with a volleyball court and like a sports area. Not a whole lot to see here on the lawn itself. They do have its very own dog park, just like Mayfair is planning to build here in Esperanza. They do have their own park for the doggos. So if you've got four-legged friends, bring them here. It looks like it's got quite a bit of space for them to run around as well. So very nice area here. Now let's look at the forest, which I'm not sure what this is. A natural playground for Bernie's youngest residents. So it looks like it's going to be geared towards the kids to run around in and play in. But I haven't seen anything quite like this in a community before. This is actually probably, thinking about all of the amenities together, not just specifically this one here. This looks like it can be quite an attractive space for kids, especially as most communities don't have anything like this. Now, this green space here, I know they do have this pond that you can go fishing in. I did read about that before, when I looked at the community years ago. I do have a couple of the YouTube videos of the model homes on my channel already, so if you want to check out some of these homes, then please go watch those videos. But while we're talking about checking out homes, let's actually look and see what they're all about. What are the different builders out here? So if you remember from the other communities, some of the same builders exist out here in Esperanza. So maybe you liked one of the builders that we saw in Mayfair or even over in Meyer Ranch, but you like the amenities of Esperanza. Well, you're in luck, because these builders do build a lot of the same plans across the communities, and you can really kind of get the amenities that you want. Now, it is going to be a little bit more expensive out here in Bernie. That's just the way it is. Unfortunately, Bernie is a little bit more expensive, but they've got some really good amenities, especially in this community here. So what are the builders out here? Well, we've got, let's look at the model homes. We've got Perry Homes, we've got Scott Felder Homes, we've got Chesmar, Monticello, Highland, and Toll Brothers, all building homes out here. So let's go over some of the different pricing here. So let's take a look at Perry Homes out here in Esperanza. As you can see, they've got lots 50 foot, 60 feet, and 80 feet. So that's a pretty good jump from 60 to 80 feet there. They've got several homes that they can build. I've got this model home up on the YouTube channel. It's a nice, very nice home. It is on their smaller lot series, but that's okay. But here we are looking at the 50 foot lots by Perry. They've got some really nice homes here. I like the price point on that too, considering, what you're getting. But yeah, the 50 foot lots, again, they start at 500 and about 40,000, go all the way up to about $630,000. They range in price from about 1,900 square feet all the way up to almost 3,000 square feet of living space. So they've really got some good size homes there, good range of prices as well for the area. But that is their 50 foot lots. Let's take a look at the 60 foot lots. These here are starting at about $716,000, and they go all the way up to about $781,000 in price, ranging from about 2,700 square feet in space to about almost 3,600 square feet of living space. So they've got some really good options on the 60 foot lots as well. Doesn't look like they have too many available, which is normal to see. Usually the larger homes, they don't build until they're like ready to sell or someone's already found them, just because they are large, massive homes to build and they are unique usually. So here's the largest homes they offer on the 80 foot lots. These are starting at about $825,000 and going above $1 million in price. As you see, like these are $1,069,000. This one is move-in ready. So is this one at $1,039,000. But you can see these are some big homes as well with lots of space. So these are some beautiful homes. But if you want to build, again, those prices I shared with you are like the starting prices for these homes, not including the lot, any structural changes, any upgrades to, the flooring, the cabinets, the countertops, any of that stuff. So these homes can get pricey, but they are beautiful as well. well. So let's go ahead and take a look at Chesmar Homes. So here we are at Chesmar Homes in Esperanza. You can see they range from about 2,000, almost 2,100 square feet to about 3,200 square feet. It shows starting at 550,000, but according to their starting price on the plans, it's almost 600,000 for the starting price, as you can see, and it goes all the way up to about 740,000. Again, this is Chesmar. I know they're very similar to the homes that we saw out in Meyer Ranch and even Mayfair, I believe. So similar homes, but they're out here in Esperanza. So let's take a look at the next builder. So here we are at Monticello Homes. They have homes starting on 70-foot lots. They also have 80 and 90-foot lots that we'll share in just a moment, but I wanted to show you their floor plans. And they're starting at 2,100 square feet and $683,000 for just the floor plan as it comes, but they go all the way up to about $950,000 for the base price and 4,100, almost 4,200 square feet. So they've got some really good size homes. I know Monticello allows you to do a lot of customization as well. So those are always really good to see. Let's check and see if they have any available homes. They don't. They do have some. They only have a couple of pictures. Look at this price drop, $842,000 to $699. That's a really good price drop. That's a lot. And even so on this one, they've got some nice homes. So let's take a look at the 80 and 90 foot lots here. They do have some different floor plans just because they have a bigger lot, so they can go a little bit wider on these homes. But the 80 and 90 foot lots, they start about $800,000 for the base plan. You can see with about almost 3,000 square feet of space, and it goes all the way up to about $935,000 and about 4,600 square feet of living space. So these homes are quite a bit larger than the other ones, but they are also a little bit more pricey than the ones we saw as well. Let's see if they have any available. They do have a few. You can see the prices, comparing it to the base prices. This is including the lots and whatever upgrades and features that they did. So you can see how, from the base price to the actual price, how drastically it can change. Now over here at Highland Homes, you can see here that they have homes ranging from about 950. Oh, that one's an available home. Let's see. About the starting price is about $745,000 with about 2,200 square feet of space, and they go all the way up to about just over $1 million for the base pricing and almost 4,000 square feet. So they've got a little bit bigger of a price range there, and they've got a lot of options when it comes to plans. And again, look at the different exterior styles and how many structural options. When you start changing things, that's when the price really kind of goes in. But let's look at a couple of the move-in ready ones. You can see here that there's a couple in April and May of this year where they're starting to have these available for sale, but you can see the prices, they're not too bad, but compared to the base pricing, you can see how they really, again, just start to go up from there. But so let's take a look at the last builder out here in Esperanza, which is Toll Brothers. Now Toll Brothers is building exclusively for the 55 and up community. So if you're not at least 55 years old, unfortunately, you won't be able to buy one of these houses just yet, but they do have 3 different size lots. You can see the 45, the 55, and the 65 foot lots there. And you can see, I'm not going to list them all here, but you can see the different size ranges of the homes and the starting prices. So, but I kind of went through these beforehand, and the prices are ranging, of course, from 449,000, let's call it, all the way up to about 700,000, again, for the base pricing of the home. So let's see if they have what their move-ins. So here are the 2 move-in ready homes that they have. It does have the price here at the bottom. So you can see not bad on the pricing, but they are a little bit smaller compared to some of the other homes we've seen. So now that we've seen 3 out of the 4 communities, let's talk about the final community I wanted to share with you. This one is actually located in San Antonio itself and is actually a lot lower price than all of the other 3 communities that we've looked at. So if you're looking at something a little bit lower cost, but you still want a great neighborhood to live in, we are going to be talking about Hennersby Hollow. And this community doesn't have one of those fancy websites that we've been looking at. This community is located off of Highway 90. So if you are in the military and you're looking to live close to Lackland, but you want a great neighborhood and community to live in, then Hennersby Hollow could be for you, because they do have 3 different builders here to choose from, but their amenity center is one of the best pools and lazy river that I've seen. They don't have a lot of the fancy amenities like the other communities we saw, but they do have a really awesome pool and lazy river, and especially for the price point, you can't beat it. I haven't seen a lazy river, pool, and amenity center like this for a neighborhood with these price points. So let's go ahead and dive on in to some of the builders here, because there are 3 different builders in this community. They're going to be Ashton Woods, Starlight Homes, and Castle Rock Homes. All right, so the first builder out here in Hennersby Hollow is going to be Starlight Homes. So let me get my camera over on the screen so you can see it. They are going to be the lowest cost builder in this community. And you can see here starting at $906 a month. I don't think that's including taxes and HOA and all that fun stuff. So please take that with a grain of salt. So yeah, they have homes starting pretty low. They're starting at about $250,000 and they're going all the way up to about $360,000. Again, that is the starting price for the plan. They do have homes ranging from 1,100 square feet all the way to almost 2,700 square feet in space. So pretty good range of size of homes, especially at that price point. So let's take a look and kind of see what some of the plans are. Again, this is just going to be the exteriors of the homes. If you do want to see some of these homes, I do have an entire video where I walk through about 6 of these floor plans. So there are several of these homes that are available and you can really see what they look like with a full walkthrough there. But I want to share with you kind of the pricing on these homes, because this community for this price point has some really good amenities when it comes to the neighborhood itself. But the pricing itself is really not bad, especially when you compare it to those other homes that we're looking at today. You're going to be spending about half of that with Starlight Homes. Now, if you like Starlight Homes a little bit, but you wanted a little bit more flair, a little bit more, I guess, of a nicer feel, then Ashton Woods could be the option for you, because Ashton Woods is actually like the premier version of Starlight Homes. So they do have some home plans here. They're going to be very similar, but they're going to be more aesthetically pleasing and look a little bit nicer on the exterior. With this, of course, they do have a little bit higher of a price point. They're going to be ranging anywhere from about $310,000 all the way to almost $400,000 for Ashton Woods homes. But they also do have 40-foot and 50-foot lots available. And these homes with Ashton Woods are going to range from about 1,500 square feet all the way up to about 2,900 square feet in space. So they got a little bit of a range there as well. And let's just see what they have on the quick move-ins here. So these homes are complete with construction or almost complete with construction and are ready for their family. You can see kind of the price right here of those homes, and looks like they've only got a few available, but overall not too bad. So let's take a look at the last builder, which is going to be Castle Rock. This is probably the higher price point of homes total. I know they're showing about $276,000 to about $445,000, give or take, on their pricing of homes. They've got square foot ranging from about 1,360 square feet all the way up to just over 2,800 square feet of living space. So they've got some really good plans. I haven't spent a whole lot of time with Castle Rock personally, so I don't know in great detail about them. I couldn't tell you if they're a good builder or not, but here's some of what their floor plans look like, as well as their starting price and their estimated monthly payments. Now, I don't know if those monthly estimates are including taxes and your insurance and all of that. Maybe it is, but we could definitely dig in and find some more details if you would like. Now, let's see if they do have some quick move-ins, and they do. They've got a few that are available for sale, and they've even got this one with a pretty decent price reduction on it, as well as this first one. They're both sold. I don't know why they're still showing them, but they've got these as well that they're showing. So that is all of Hennersby Hollow. They don't have a ton of builders out here. It is going to be a massive community. I really like the pool and lazy river though, even though their amenities aren't quite as vibrant or as much amenities as those other communities that we've talked about. But if you're looking to save a little bit of money and have a nice pool and like lazy river and nice area and amenity center, this community could be a top contender for you guys. So I know that was a ton of information that I threw at you guys. We've spent a lot of time looking at these communities and some of the different builders, going over prices, lots of numbers that I threw out at you guys, a lot of areas. But I would love to hear from you guys. Please drop down in the comment section and let me know if any of these stood out to you. Like, were you surprised by some of the amenities that some of these neighborhoods were offering, or what was missing? What would you like to see in a community? Not sure if we're going to be able to find it, but you never know. And we'll always keep an eye out to see what we can find. But regardless, I'm here to be a resource for you. So if you are looking to buy a new build house in the near future, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I would love to get you the latest information on these homes, schedule a private tour, and help represent you in purchasing one of these houses. So all of my contact information can be found down below in the description, and I would love to, again, help you guys. So with that, I'm going to end it here because the video is already long enough, but thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, give me that thumbs up as well. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button so that you'll be the first to see another home tour or learn about buying a new build house or just living in San Antonio. So thank you. I hope you have an incredible day, and I can't wait to talk to you guys soon. Take care.